to Alpha Racing League's tier number 3. We're here in Singapore for round number 13 of 16. Just 4 races to go, and today for tier 3 it's a big one. Today the championship could be decided for the drivers. Rundle has a shot at clinching it if he outscores both Utah Elephant 36 and HDV Ties 72. If he outscores them both by 12 points, he wins it today. So we'll be keeping an eye on that throughout the race. It's going to be difficult for me to keep track of them because it's 3 drivers within striking distance of a championship. But realistically, Rundle, all he's got to do is just close it out by finishing well in these final 4 races. If he gets 0 points in all of them, it's still going to be a difficult task for Ties or Joe to take that championship. It's going to be difficult for them to do it no matter what happens. Black Walls backed it into a wall, interestingly enough. Trying to catch anyone else on a lap quickly. Beans comes to the line as well. Always set your first time of a 37.2. I'm expecting that to tumble down to the 34s. Beans goes to the 36. Ties to a 35.8. Coming just behind him goes 36.2, so very close between those two. Doggy on a lap as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting to watch. Last time Tier 3 went to a street circuit was the infamous Baku. 30 plus tickets in stewarding afterwards. So I'm praying that we don't have another street circuit chaos-filled race like that today. Surfy goes first on the medium compound tire with a 35.5, so a good lap on the medium. And then Rickson, a Tier 4 reserve, filling in Alfa Romeo today. That's your pole time of a 35.3. Rundle to the line and puts it 35.333 on the medium tire, so beating out Surfy's time on the medium. Both of them look very competitive and should be able to get qualified inside the top 10 with those times on the medium tire. We'll see if they stay on the medium or if they want to try and put on the softs for the extra track position. I know there is rain forecast at the back end of this race. Heavy rain 45 minutes in, it says on the forecast, but I don't really know when that's gonna hit exactly. No one really knows where and when it's gonna hit in this Grand Prix. Blackdraw puts it up to 6th place, just behind Goggy, both in the .8s. Extreme just starting his lap now. So yeah, Drivers' Championship could be wrapped today. As for Constructors, though, very close affair compared to the drivers. McLaren leads it over Williams, over Racing Point, 232, 130, or 183, 178 between those top 3. Red Bull and Haas, both very close, 133 and 130 for them respectively. And then Merc with 121, a bit of a drop off back to Alfa Romeo. Ferrari, Renault, and AlphaTauri runs out the field. That's your Constructors look after Russia last weekend. People's set times so far. Kyogre, I believe, has a quali ban, so he'll be starting at the back today. Oh, snap of oversteer from Rapid there. After sweating WRC for too long last night, must have not practiced too much for this one, unless he did this morning. But considering he was up to like 11 last night, playing WRC, I think he might be a little bit off the pace today, but a decent lap from him. 7th place overall at the moment. CJ's on a lap. Riles also. Dylan Boy puts it 9th. Both AlphaTauris both now have a lap set. CJ's apparently gone purple sector 1, but he doesn't have a set lap time yet, so it might be inaccurate there. And unfortunately, guys, we don't have the GOAT Raptor F143 here today. First time he's missed a race in a while. Unfortunately, no reserve was able to fill in the Renault. So, unfortunately, that's a big loss for today's race. Very unfortunate. CJ now to the final corner. Keep it 5th gear, ride the curb, done it nicely, kept it very tight to the inside line, and it's going to be 12th for the Tier 4 driver reserving up today. Couple of the top guys on outlaps right now. Fitted tires I have enabled so you can see who's trying to do laps on mediums, who's trying to get them done on the soft. Track position versus race strategy big today. Depends on when that rain's going to hit. If it's going to hit right at the back end of this race, it really won't matter too much, I believe. But if it's coming like halfway, those guys on the mediums might be able to stretch the stint out and get to the end of this one. Hissy now to the final couple corners here. Hooks up the inside curve nicely, nice on the power. Out. And Hissy will put himself 16th, last of the runners, but he did do 2 laps on those tires, so that's going to be a big tire wear disadvantage for him. We'll see if he's got more time in that. Rundle invalid on his outlap, and now coming to start a second lap on these mediums. Will ride on board him, braking just after the shadow there for turn 1, and at the edge of the curb for turn 2, hooking up the exit nicely, using all the track width. You want to use it on the entry and a bit on the inside curb as well. Get as close to the wall as possible, but don't touch that wall. And now Rundle down the back straight. So DRS, you want to brake at the end of that wall right there, using all the track on the inside, and back on the outside again, using all the track. Hook up this curb nicely. Don't want to run it too hard, along with this one as well. Use all the track on the outside. Pop the curb. Want to make sure you get the car lined up to where that wall sticks out. And now want to mount as much curb as possible there, and now get the car as straight as possible to brake hard into the hairpin. 2nd gear he elects up to 3rd on the exit, using all the track again. There's a lot between the white line and the wall here. You got to be careful in this next corner after the 100 board here. Got to make sure you don't invalidate on the exit. He's kept it just in the white line, and Rundle now through to sector 3. Got to flow it nicely. Got to mount as many curves as he can. Try and get the most out of the track width. Get as close to the inside wall. Use all the track under the bridge. And now Rickson goes first with a 35.0. Now Rundle, where does he go? It's been a very clean lap, and just pops the curb nicely, no invalidation, and Rundle puts it right back to pole position, 35.8. And Surfy also looking to, or sorry, he did improve on his medium time. Cummings MV with a great qualifying at the moment with a 35.5 in 5th. Static puts it up to 3rd as well, as I was talking there. So great performance from those guys. We'll see if they can convert in the race. That's been a struggle for some of these guys. They can qualify very well, but in the races it's just been a shame. And some of the things just not going their way. Sometimes it's driver error, whatever it may be. It's been unfortunate to watch some of these guys just, unfortunately, in the races doesn't go all their way. Ties now on a set of soft compound tires, currently 6th place. said he thought he was going to be starting outside the top 10 earlier, but right now he's put himself up to 5th place, up 4/10 from his previous best. And he did a lap on those softs before, invalidated, cooled down the tires again, but still you're going to be losing a lot of tire life out of that when you do that. So Ty's should have a bit more lap time in that. We'll see, though. It's going to be one end of the grid to the other for Team Williams today, trying to track down McLaren in that Constructors' Championship for Tier 3, and as well trying to track him down for the combined Constructors as well. That's getting pretty tasty as well, with a Williams double podium yesterday, and McLaren unfortunately having a rough day yesterday in Tier number 4. It closed the gap a little bit, but still McLaren holds a very comfortable lead at the moment. But 3 rounds to go after this one. We got... how many races is that? We got 12, 13, 14, 15 races, including this one, to finish off this season. Still a lot could go any team's way. Even Red Bull could sneak in there if they get lucky. Rapid Extreme now to the final corner. Electing to not mount the inside curb, keeps it clean, and goes 6th place, just ahead of Communist. Solid lap from Rapid. Riles did an installation lap almost on those medium tires. It's how Elephant not having a solid day at the moment. He dislikes this track, and I know he doesn't feel very confident around here. Unfortunately, it might spell doom and gloom for his championship hopes if Rundle stays where he is up in that top position. At the moment, he would have it won if the race, we had no overtaking, which would be very boring. Yeah, Rundle would have the championship won if things stayed as they were right now. Rundle's going to be extending that championship lead by 1 extra point if he gets that pole position. So it could be a crucial point. Everyone getting ready for the final runs. CJ now through the final corner, and will put himself into the top 10, just 10th place. Good. Alfa Romeo has 2 Tier 4 reserves here today, so interesting to see where these guys fall out. Rickson does enjoy Singapore a lot, currently 2nd place, which is amazing for him. Dylan Boy needs an invite. I'll get him quickly back in before we get to final qualifying runs. Can you join the league? Yes, you can. If you message my brother on Discord, let me get in chat. There you go. So you can, if you message him, he's the league owner, and he'll set you up with an invite to our Discord. If you're on Xbox, you can join. Everyone getting ready for final qualifying runs. Chloe's on a lap at the moment. Still got the hot lap engaged. 2nd gear elected. Down to 2nd once again, getting that traction. And now, oh! Big mistake! Got a snap of oversteer and could not correct it. And it's going to be invalid. Chloe does not improve. She actually did improve on her previous lap, but that's going to be her qualifying over. She's going to be outside the top 10 today. Yes, Kyogre does have a quality ban, so he's going to be starting 17th or 18th today if MNK puts a time on the board. Hissy goes up to 15th. Rundle's on an outlap on the soft, so I think what he's trying to do is be the last one to start a lap, or one of the last ones, to see if he can keep pole with those medium tires. If not, he's going to push on those softs and try and take the position back if someone steals it. See if anyone's on a lap. Looks like Rickson, yeah, he's on a lap using no hot lap through that section to get that traction down. He's 4/10 up on his 35.0 right now. Rickson on a flyer and might steal that pole away from Rundle. Doesn't hook the inside curb as nice as he would have wanted. Qualifying is now over. Surfy's top 4 on the mediums. Interesting to note, he did not come out for final runs. So he thinks he can stay top 10 on the mediums. Here comes Rickson now. Does he have enough to take a pole position in Tier 3? It would be an amazing feat, and yes, he does. He goes 2/10 clear of Rundle for the time being. Static has lost the car. Now here comes Ties. He's up 2/10 on his 35.3. Could put himself and jump Surfy for P4 at the moment. He could even get Static if he hooks up Sector 3 nicely. Doesn't hook up the inside curve as nicely as he might have wanted. Using that black box as a reference there to try and get that braking nailed down and spotted. Using the black box on the right as well. Ties now to the final couple corners here. Does Ties have enough to try and get into the top 3, beat Static? Final 2 corners, yes he does. He has enough to just edge out Static for 3rd. And then K-Boy put himself 8th on the medium tire, so a great qualifying effort from him. Joe, out of ERS, he's 1.3 seconds up on a 37.2, but it won't be enough for a top 10 starting position. It'll be 13th and 14th for the Haas drivers. Rundle decided to back off. He doesn't want that pole point. But he will get the advantage of those medium tires to start off with. Ooh, and then K-Boy with a mistake lost the front wing, but unfortunately for him, no one else is going to be on a lap. We have a couple assists restricted in our top tiers, but our couple bottom tiers, we don't really have anything restricted. Yeah, reset to track in our races is penalized, but in qualifying there's really no penalty for it, especially with no one around him as well. That he should be alright. Only time it would be disallowed in qualifying is if there's a car like right behind you on a lap and you reset right in front of them, messing up their time through. Let me here, if you message my brother on Discord here, he's the league owner, you'll be able to get in if you want to. If you're on Xbox, we've got 4 tiers. This is tier number 3. Rickson's on pole though. Tier 4 star. Rundle's 2nd, Ties 3rd. 3 people in the top 10 starting on the medium, so interesting to note there. And everyone outside the top 10, I am assuming, is probably going to start on the medium tires. Or a set of hards. Everyone just making sure their setups are fully intact. Everyone making sure they got their race strategies all set up and fuel. A lot of people will elect to underfuel the car around here, using a lot of lean mix to keep the tires in shape. Apologies, just get my water in. Expecting an action-packed couple first laps here. We'll see how it goes after that, because it is a street circuit, very difficult to pass sometimes. But yeah, front wings could change all of that. We will see. Missing one Mercedes driver today, and one Renault 18 here today, so pretty packed grid compared to a couple previous weeks. good to see. Not sure if this lobby has died or if it's just me. Might need a lobby reset here. Everyone's pressing the home button. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's fixing. Not too sure who we're waiting on because game is not great. But we can take a look quickly at some of your strategies for today. Obviously, everyone who is inside the top 10 has to start on the tires they qualified on. CJ's on mediums, Beans on mediums, Joe on hards, Chloe on mediums, Dylan Boy mediums, Hissy and Riles hards, Static mediums. Apparently Static's 17th when he qualified 3rd, so that's fun. And Kyogre on the hards at the back, so 4 people starting on the hards. We've got 6 on softs and the rest on the medium compound tire. So I think we're gonna need a lobby reset. Just waiting on the final confirmation here. Yeah, we're gonna be restarting this one up. So, a new lobby. Everyone inside the top 10 has to start on their qualified tires, otherwise there'll be a time penalty added to their race. Or, what's it called? Or they have to pit on the first lap or 2 in order to get in. Getting a new lobby host this time. Hopefully, the game doesn't break. Just waiting.
Synonymous with the sport, McLaren have been heavily involved in Formula One since their debut in 1966 at Monaco. In this time, they have had incredible success, bringing home 8 Constructors' Championships and 12 Drivers' Championships, making them the second most successful team of all time. For many, 1988 was probably the most memorable season for McLaren, where the team won 15 out of 16 races, with drivers Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost. The team absolutely dominated the year, and to this day, McLaren still holds the record for the highest percentage of wins in a single season. They have had many of the world's most highly regarded drivers racing for them, including Senna and Prost, Mika Häkkinen and Lewis Hamilton, who won the Drivers' Championship during the 2008 season.
Interesting. I never really looked at those before. Just waiting on the lobby. We can get right back to the action. Also, highly recommend you guys check out the Games of Gold, because there is a European Truck Racing Championship game, which is very, very fun. I was playing it last night. I'm just stalling at this point, but yeah, you guys should look into it. It's only like 10 gigabytes, so it doesn't take up that much storage. 10 out of 10 experience. So much different than driving these quick F1 cars. So we've got 10 people already in the lobby, waiting on a couple more. Go. How about a couple invites? Rickson is in, Chloe's in. We need Renault is empty, we need Calm in here. Goggy needs in. There's Communist. Surfy's back in. Missing Racing Point of Static. This man never ceases to amaze me on his lobby joining abilities. Yeah, we need Utile. Once he gets in, I believe we can get everyone. Let me see if I can grab everything here. Just getting grid done quickly, and then let's do a quick spectator, and we'll be all good to go. Oh, Goggy's quick spectator, oh dear. Goggy might be out of position here. Oh yeah, don't quick ready up right away. Need to get the tires correct for everyone in the race. Everyone needs to get tires correct. Everyone needs to get their setup back in. First person to ready up. Now they got all 30 seconds. Hopefully everybody gets their setup in. Hopefully most are on the correct tire as well. That's always the most difficult part of these restarts. Tires, everybody looks good. Goggy's unfortunately starting last because he did quick spectate. Other than that, I believe we're all good. Statics back and forth, and yeah, we're all good. Getting ready, Rickson's on pole, Rundle second, Ties third, Static fourth, Surfy fifth, Rapid, Communist, MNK, Black Draw, and CJ rounds out your top 10. It'd be Rundle, Surfy, and MNK all qualified on the medium inside the top 10. So advantage to them. They look very set for this one. Everyone else on the softs inside the top 10. Beans is on the softs outside the top 10, which is interesting. we'll see how that choice works for him. And then Gagi, unfortunately, clicked spectate in the lobby. I had noticed that, which puts him out of position in the custom grid. So unfortunately, he's at the back to start this one out. We'll see if he'll be able to climb back into this race. Just coming through sector 3, warming up the tires. Make sure they're in the optimal range, especially those guys in the mediums. It's going to be difficult to warm those things up. And now we get ready to go on the grid. Round number 13. Championship still can be won today. Ty's is in the position to where he'd push it another week, but we've still got 31 laps of Singapore to come. We'll see who survives and who thrives here under the lights. These final 2 cars get ready to go. We get ready now. Five red lights on. And it's lights out, and away we go. It looks like it's been a great start for Rickson out front. Yes, it has. Ty's got off to a slow one. Static's gone down his inside. A bit of contact, though. Red Bull off behind, and Williams also around. That would be Ty's. Ty's down to last place. Contact with Surfy and another car at the back. Kyogre's got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Gagi. And we have a virtual safety car to start this race off with. Rickson holds the lead. Communist up to 4th for McLaren. Surfy might have damage. Does not have damage. CJ's up to 6th. A great start from him. Looks like most of these guys up front have clean wings. I'm looking. Kyogre. He's missing a right end plate, and he's so that's going to be a struggle for him to get back around to the pit lane. Green flag back out, and we're back running at full speed. Rundle's going to be under some pressure here to start this race because he is on those mediums. They won't be up to temperature, and they won't be as quick as the softs for these couple opening laps. He's just going to have to fight to maintain the track position. Track position a lot around here. K-Boy also dropped down to the back as well. Not a good start for a few of these drivers. As a big incident. Rickson's around from the race lead. Caught the curb the wrong way. Rundle takes over your race lead. And Rickson, no front wing on that thing. He's going to have to box. Can't get the car turned around the right way. Can't reset the track either. Breaks a little more of that front wing. And that is going to be his chance at the race win. Pretty much done. A lot of cars at the back pitting for, I would assume, some new front wings on those race cars. And no VSC or safety car to help out Rickson. And he's going to be relished at the back of this one. We'll see if he can climb back to where he was, or if he can climb even back to the points. That would be a great effort from him if he can do so. Out front, Rundle leads on the medium compound tire. Static and Communist. Also 2nd and 3rd, Surfy, CJ, Chloe, Dylan Boy on mediums, 4th through 7th, and then Riles, Joe, Hissy on hards, 8th to 10th. Ties and Rapid, unfortunately, did not get off to an amazing start. And they're the last of the people who haven't made a pit stop yet. They're on the soft, so we'll see if they climb up back to the pack again with the soft tire advantage. Man, I feel bad for Rickson. He had it in control. He was pulling away from Rundle for a little bit there. A slide from Communist over the curb. Curb's very difficult to pop correctly around here. You gotta make sure you get all of the track width settled, and Rundle goes to set your fastest lap. Medium is going to be starting to come into their own about now. Ties boxes from 12th place, and he should come out somewhere around 14th or somewhere around there. He's actually going to come out a lot farther ahead, I believe. Yeah, big championship implications now. Rundle's got it won if he can just hold the race lead. His two rivals not where they need to be at the moment. Communist under pressure from Surfy. The soft tires starting to overheat a little bit, starting to wear just that little bit too much. As Communist ups the curb along with Surfy as well. Surfy driving for a future racing team in the Red Bull today. Under management from Atlanta. Racing later today in Tier 2. Static picks up a 3-second time penalty. He's falling off. Rundle's just got that pace on the medium. And we have a very, very smooth day today. Surfy now on the back of Communist. Can he get a move on down this second DRS straight here? And up the inside nicely. Overtaking Gauged. Trying to get onto the back of Communist now. DRS as well. Communist going to push him to the left-hand side, but should be done and dusted for Surfy. Runs a bit wide on the exit though, might have picked up a track limit warning for that. But Surfy is through for 3rd place. Communist can't fight it. On a switchback move, Beans picking up a 3-second time penalty down in 14th as well. Ties did come out 13th. He's 7 seconds ahead of Beans. He's behind Black Raw. Ties second out of the people who have boxed so far in this one. Rickson also went to the hard tires that last lap. He's 17th. Kyogre went back onto the hards as well. He's done 2 stops as well as Rickson. So both of them very far off the field. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on anything that happens later in this race. They're probably going to need a safety car though. That's going to probably be their saving grace today. Got a bit of a battle for 15th here, Goggy and MNK. MNK gets through. Both on the hard tires at the back. Both of them behind Beans as well, so Beans might be under pressure. Goggy using the overtake. Can he get a move on Emmy? Doesn't look like it's going to be possible. Chloe picks up a 3-second penalty as well. We probably see a couple more of those as we go on today. CJ's on the back of Communist. Those softs really starting to struggle and basically disintegrate out there. Track surface is very abrasive and it just heats the tires up around here, and they just become unusable after about 3 laps. Medium's really where you want to be, but it's very difficult to get inside that top 10 on the medium tire unless everyone else is attempting laps on the medium. So Communist elected the softs on a split strategy to his teammate Rundle, who's currently out front by about 4 seconds now. CJ's going to try and get on the back of Communist. Probably his next best bet is on the second DRS straight. MNK gets by Beans as well, a little farther back for 14th. MNK's got some decent pace, actually side by side. 3 wide almost. MNK's lost the car. Has he kept out of the wall? I think he has. Yeah, he has. On the back of Goggy. Does he have a shot into the Singapore Sling section? No, he doesn't. And he's lost 2 positions there. And now Communist coming into the pit lane. So Communist making the first stop of the day for him. Will it be onto the hard? Yes, it will. We've got rain scheduled at the end of this one, so he's going to try and take these all the way to that rain period. Communist now comes out where he should come out ahead of Black Draw by quite a good margin. So you can see that gap that those drivers who had to pit lap 1 and 2 lost. Now Communist comes out 11th place, just outside the points, but again, top 10 all yet to make a stop in this one. He comes out about 5 seconds or so ahead of Black Raw, who's on the medium tire, so he might close in on him. Utah Elephant and Hissy going at it as well, the closest on track at the moment, along with MNK as well. MNK on the back of Beans, he got by Blue Goggy once again. MNK's got pace, but he did make that mistake, so looks like he's got the whole front wing intact, so he'll be able to continue to push. And now he's got overtaking gauge. It looks like a relatively easy move. Doesn't look like Beans fighting it too hard. Still side by side though. MNK's got the inside line, locks up a little bit, pushes Beans out wide. More contact, wheel banging as Beans tried to stick the nose back in, but MNK's got the move done. A bit of an interesting one. MNK pushing him out wide. Beans trying to get back to the inside and could not do so. So Beans losing out to MNK. MNK wants to try and pull away from this little battle pack that they've got here. Jump back. Looks like Joe is still at a Hissy. Static is not pit yet. Surfy got by him as well. I'm wondering if Lyles, Joe, and Hissy might be able to take these hards all the way to the rain period. It'll be a stretch, I think. But if it comes early enough for them, they might be able to do it. Here comes Hissy on the back of Utah Elephant. Can't get close enough. And Joe holds on. Again, Joe needs these positions. He needs every position he can get, because Rundle's leading this race and by a margin at the moment. Rundle looks very set to try and take that title today, especially with ties down in 13th, not having an amazing run at things at the moment. Rundle needs to capitalize, and this could potentially, if he wins it today, Surfy picks up a 3-second time penalty in second place, could be big at the end of this one. Yeah, if Rundle wins it today, this might be his final Tier 3 race of the season. He might make the jump to Tier 2, full, or maybe even full-time. We'll see if any team wants to take him in, because I don't believe McLaren has room. Obviously, if McLaren wanted to ditch one of their Tier 2 drivers for Rundle, they could do so. But I'm not too sure they're the type of team that would really give that priority. I don't know. Static now gonna pit. He's put on the medium tire, so an interesting strategy. Static trying a 2-stop today. He'll be one of these really trying to put that on. We'll see how it pays off for him. Goggy's close to the back of Beans as well. Rapid also pitting. Put on the hard tires. Side by side for Static and Black Draw. Maybe a bit of contact. Couldn't see from the camera angle, but Static's gone around the outside, and he's taken 10th place on the fresher medium tire. Black Draw is fighting it back a little bit, but doesn't have enough into the braking zone. He's going to stay behind in 11th at the moment. Again, still yet to see the top 8 pit. ties, picking up a time penalty. In 12th place, just behind these two drivers. Dylan Boy's close to the back of CJ. He's climbed up the field. In the AlphaTauri. And Goggy's left the session. I'm going to see if I can get him back in quickly. Fortunately, this is the drawback of not having a co-commentator for most of these races. Means they can't get in sometimes as fast as they would have liked to. I apologize. But Goggy does now have an invite. If he can get back into the game, that would be spectacular. Chloe picking up a 3-second penalty. She is currently in 5th, just behind Dylan Boy here that we're on board. Dylan Boy can't get close enough to CJ. He had a lot of braking prowess there. You can see how much he closed up to the back of CJ, so an option for a cheeky dive bomb in the next coming laps. Lap 9 out of 31. Still a long way to go in this one. Top 8 still yet to pit. Black Raw lagging out of the session, so back-to-back lags outs. Back in, hopefully. And something's gone wrong here that I did not catch. It looks like Beans has made a mistake. He's lost time. And Dylan Boy has no left end plate on that AlphaTauri. He's going to drop down and he'll have to pit probably this time. It looks like he's lost a lot of that end plate. Yeah, he's lost almost half that front wing. CJ picking up a 3-second time penalty. Not sure if there was contact between them or if Dylan Boy just got some dirty air and went straight into the wall or something. I don't really know. Yeah, he's lost a lot of time. Static is on the back of Communist. Static on the 2-stop today, so he's on the aggressive at the moment. Dylan Boy, insult to injury, picking up a speeding penalty in the pit lane. Here comes Static, not going to be close enough into turn 1. Yeah, he's got a lot more grip on these medium compound tires than those hards at the moment. Static will be looking for a move down this back straight. Through the kink. Communist elects to give him the outside, which we haven't seen a lot today. A lot of them giving the inside. Communist picks up a 3-second time penalty on the inside curbing there, but Static is through. Now for 8th place, he had that braking prowess on the medium tires compared to Communist on those hards. So Static up to now. He's the leader of all the people who have made a pit stop in this one so far. But yeah, it's going to be difficult for him to maintain that title, as he probably has to make another stop in this race, doing a 2-stop strategy. I believe that 1 stop is going to be way faster today, so I would not be surprised to see him finish behind Communist after all of this. Kyogre's caught up decently to the back of the pack. Rickson's also up to 14th, so just trying to figure it all out for everybody. Trying to see where everyone is falling through. Rapid Extremes on the back of Goggy. I don't know. Yeah, Black Raw didn't get back into the race. So see if I'll send him one more invite. Hopefully he can get back in. So trying to get Black Draw a quick invite. There's Mr. Owner. Finally here. What did you miss? You've missed Chaotic Start. We had Rickson take the pole away from Rundle in the final couple seconds. And then he unfortunately, lap 1, spun out of sector 3. And Rundle has held the lead ever since. He's got a commanding 8.3 second lead over Surfy. Surfy started 5th in this one. He's driven a decent race so far. We also had a lot of people picking up damage from the opening laps. 7 people yet to pit on lap 12 here, so got a while to go. Should see those guys on the mediums come in relatively soon. Probably going to come in just before halfway, around lap 13, 14, 15. Somewhere around there, and then the hards will be afterwards around 16, 17, 18, I would assume, unless they want to try and stretch it out to a set of softs, or that rain period that is coming. Towards the end of this one, MK will get by Blackdraw's AI. Blackdraw still not back in the session. We've sent him a couple invites already. So unfortunately for him, he's not back in the race. Beans picks up another 3-second time, but I believe that's 2 penalties for him now. Static on the back of Hissy. You could see just how much more grip those mediums compared to the old have at the moment. Yellow flag in sector 2, that would be Beans, Static's teammate, out of this one. No safety car deployed. Static, will he look for the move? Very, very close under braking, and he's going to get the switchback move down the inside. It'll be the outside for the next corner, but he'll be ahead before the braking zone even happens. So Static up to 7th now. Rickson picks up a 3-second time penalty. And Static on the aggressive. We'll see where he falls out later stages of this Grand Prix, because he will have to make another stop. There's no way he takes those mediums to the end. And here come the guys who started on the medium tires. Rundle, Surfy, CJ, and Chloe all pitting. So that's all the guys who started on the mediums off the tire and onto the hards. So they will fall out. Rundle still holds the race lead after all that. Rundle keeps the race lead even though he made a pit stop, so that's very impressive. He's making a statement today. He wants the championship and the race win today. Here comes out first. Surfy comes out 6th. CJ's 8th. Chloe's 9th. And pressured by Tyus, who always has less than 10% on that ERS battery. I don't think I've ever seen him with more than 50% in that thing. It's a real skill to have. Be able to save your ERS and even burn it at this rate that he always does. So he's currently 10th. He's got a lot of work to do if he wants to keep the championship fight alive, but it's a dwindling fire as Rundle completes lap after lap. Rapid Extreme on the back of Goggy. And Rickson's on the back of Blackdraw's AI, who still hasn't joined back, and I don't know why. Surfy's on the back of Hissy, as well as Static is on the back of Joe. Hard guys will be staying out a couple more times. Hissy and Surfy using all that racetrack width on the outside section. You see all that yellow painted asphalt, the concrete there. Yeah, that's usable as long as you keep the tires within the white line on the inside. And now here comes Surfy on Hissy. Static also makes the move on Joe a little bit farther ahead. And Surfy is now through for 5th. Static up to 3rd. Static still got to make the pit stop, but he could be a bit higher up in this race than expected. He's going to be closing in on Riles very rapidly. Riles is still on the tires that he started today's race on. Always caught up to CJ as well for 8th place. No wing damage for CJ, so maybe made it one mistake or two, or Chloe's just had some super pace on these hards. And now here comes Kyogre down the inside, and it'll be the outside for the next corner. He's ahead of Rapid Extreme. Kyogre is trying to make a comeback after pitting lap 1 and pitting again lap 2. So he's made 2 stops already in this race. 16th place for him, trying to get back to the points. It'll be a very, very tough, tall order for him. Could be helped out by penalties up the road. Could be helped by a safety car as well. We'll see how it falls out for these guys at the back. Kyogre all over the back of Goggy, who had a big snap of oversteer. Goggy's defending the inside, and Kyogre can't get the traction off this time. Looks like Goggy is safe through Sector 3. And we'll jump up a little bit further. Static's on the back of Riles, electing to stick behind him for this time. I believe Surfy is also in the DRS of 4th. And Static now all over the back of Riles. Both of these guys still 1 stop left to go, so this is for a position. Both will probably be going onto the medium tire as well, so we'll see who comes out on top. The 1 stop or the 2 stop for some of these guys. Now here comes Static. He's looking for the move. He's got the cut back here. He's got a nice drive out, and he's going to have the overtake and DRS. Pull to the left-hand side of the racetrack, and we'll get it done. Just before the corner, he'll be able to take the apex nicely. And he's up to 2nd. Surfy also making the move as well, and Communist and Hissy as well. Communist on the fresher hard tires on that 1-stop strategy from the soft tire. So Communist now up to 6th. He's had an amazing drive today as well. Shout out Communist after a horrible weekend, as we have a spinner. That's Dylan Boy must have caught the curve the wrong way, and now he'll be under pressure from Rickson. Dylan Boy's lost the front wing again, not the Grand Prix he would have been hoping for today. Rickson will get by, and Kyogre and Blue Goggy going at it. Goggy's ahead. Kyogre's using the battery, and Goggy's going to stay ahead. Ty's picking up 6 seconds of penalties now in this Grand Prix. Rickson's quest back to the points along with Kyogre. Both of them pitting very early. So is Goggy. Goggy pit early as well. These guys trying to get back into the points of this one. It'll be a difficult and tough task to do so, but you never know. We've got rain in the horizon. Doesn't look like it's going to rain from what I can see, but we're only halfway through now. Very, very long one, as Dylan Boy is going to retire it into the pits. And now down to 17, technically 16 runners, as Surfy goes down the inside of his teammate. Riles, a nice camera angle we got there. And Surfy up to 3rd place, a net P2 moment, but so far behind Rundle, who is absolutely stormed away in this one. Incredible drive from Rundle. I don't know anyone who really would have doubted him. Kyogre gets by Goggy. We'll see if he holds it this time. You can see the cars on the other side as well from these overhead camera angles. Ties is on the back of Chloe still, but again, I never see him with that much ERS, so it's very difficult for him to pass. Chloe is out of DRS range of CJ though, so we'll see if Ties will be able to get a move on. And actually Chloe dives it into the pit lane. Must have actually, she had some front wing damage on that Haas, and she'll be pitting again, I would assume, for a set of medium tires to the end. Ties up to 9th now, but still such a long way to go for Ties if he wants to keep the championship fight alive, along with Joe. Joe yet to make a stop in this one, and he's currently 5th. He's going to need a safety car to help him out today. And here comes CJ now on Hissy. Hissy's still yet to make that pit stop. You can see the difference in the tire. You can see how shiny and glossy CJ's are compared to Hissy's, and CJ's through now for 7th place. Rickson getting by Chloe, who's coming out of the pits now on the medium tire. She's going to be just outside the points. Comes out just ahead of Kyogre. Actually side by side with Kyogre. Kyogre going the long way around. Chloe picks up some oversteer and still side by side now. Kyogre gets through for now. Chloe, though, the medium grip that she's going to have, she's going to be able to get by Kyogre. Side by side under brakes. Chloe goes later, but Kyogre has the inside. Chloe still sticking the nose in there, forcing Kyogre to miss that apex a little bit, but Kyogre's still ahead. Chloe, I would not be surprised to see her make a move in the next straight as well, so now here comes Ties on Hissy. Ties 3-lap younger hards. Hissy still yet to make that pit stop. We should see Hissy, Joe, and Riles come in relatively soon for some medium tires, unless, again, they're trying to stretch it out through that rain period. Would not be surprised. Yeah, Rickson, unfortunately, was leading this race. He didn't even get to lead a lap from pole position. He led the formation lap. But yeah, he spun out of Sector 3. And yeah, he was relegated to the back, had to make a pit stop, and now he's climbed all the way to 11, 16 seconds back of MNK, so still got a while to go. Here come Ties on Hissy now, and Ties gets through with his 1% ERS. And he's up now to 8th, still charging back from his spin his spin was in the turn 1 through turn 3 section. He had contact from behind. I believe it was Surfy, CJ, and Rapid. Extreme Rapid got the worst out of all of them so far. And then Ties. And now Surfy is still 3rd place. He's now within a second of Static, so those hards starting to come in. And Static's medium's going to be falling off just that little bit. 13 seconds still the gap to Rundle. Rundle's going to have to make a huge mistake in order for Surfy to get a glimpse of that race win today. But still a very good drive. Chloe got by Kyogre as well, and now Static, as I say that, jumps into the pit lane, and he'll be in for his 2nd stop of the day. I'm assuming for another set of tires. Medium tires, that'll be. As Chloe's retired. Was there any help from Kyogre? I'm not too sure. She's out at the hairpin. And now we're down to just 15 runners in this one. Here comes Rapid down the inside of Goggy, has the tire light, but not enough under brakes. And Goggy stays ahead for now. Yeah, I think those guys on the hards trying to stretch it to the rain, which is going to be very interesting because that'll make Joe a net P4. And if he can get one more position as Rapid Extreme loses the whole entire front wing. Just picked up the throttle just too early, and Rapid's lost the full front wing. He's still in the race, but is probably out of the running until a safety car comes out for him, if it comes out for him. Ties still on the charge, now on the back of CJ Pants. CJ reserving from Tier 4. Up in 6th, so a very solid drive so far from CJ. Started, it would have been 11th, but he started 10th because of Goggy. Unfortunately having to start at the back because of clicking spectator at the last moment in our restarted lobby. So CJ's 6th at the moment from 11th. That's a pretty good drive from him. Now Ties on the back of him. Gotta be so careful over that curve. We've seen so many people lose that car through that section. Static's come out 9th, by the way, so Static on the aggressive 2-stop. He's behind Hissy once again, so these two can't get away from each other at the moment. Hissy's still yet to make a pit stop in this one. Static's made 2, so that shows that pace difference between fresh tires and those old ones. And obviously Static starting farther up the field than Hissy did. Static gets through, and he'll have some DRS to go with it, so up to 8th now. He'll be down Ties and CJ and Communist for the top 5. 11 to go. Ties all over the back of CJ. I am gonna go quickly. I need to do something real quick. I'll leave you guys on this battle. Hopefully nobody else DNFs so we get a safety car while I'm gone. I will be right back. Looks like, yeah, Ties did not get by CJ. And then K, Goggy, Black Draw, Rapid all pit in their first lap. Everyone else still out there. Joe still 4th. Down the inside goes Static on Ties. Ties, oh, could not get the power down. Static on the medium is going to get ahead. Ties can't fight it on those 17 lap warlords. Big pack of cars here, all the way to 4th place. And altering strategies for all of these drivers. Joe has not pit yet. Communist pit very early off the softs onto the hards for the 1-stop. CJ hit from the medium to the hard. And as you can see, here comes that rain that was forecast. And CJ's on the 8-lap hards. Ties unfortunately got damage early and boxed after a lap 1 excursion off the racetrack. And Static pairs the front wing and puts on the soft. I don't know if that's the smartest idea. I personally might have stuck it out until the rain got a little bit heavier. So Static now on a 3-stop strategy, still somehow in the points after all of this, by the way. Rickson's put himself back into the top 10, so GOAT status for Rickson from Tier 4. Loves this racetrack. Kyogre's on the back of him as well. Both of them pit very, very early on. Kyogre's got the battery. Rickson does not. Actually, no, that's the rain light that's come on. So Rickson does have battery, but Kyogre gets through for that final points paying position. Rain. Yeah, Rain's now. We'll see how long it goes until it enters, and I think it might be right now. Rundle comes in from the race lead. A bit of a gamble. I don't know how it's going to work out. Yeah, Surfy actually pits as well, and there it is, DRS disabled. So both of these guys making the correct strategy call. It got wet real fast. Ties picks up a 3-second penalty. Everyone's going to be coming in for some intermediate tires. Probably this time if they can. Yeah, look at this train. Contact between Communist and Joe. Joe goes in a bit hot. And no speeding for anyone. But Joe's going to have to fix that wing damage there. Riles onto the inters. Will get held in the pits though. Should still come out in that third place. Kyogre lags out of the session. So, let's see if I can get him back in. Hopefully he can. He's on the fringe points after making 2 pit stops in the first 2 laps of today. So, on the comeback along with Rickson. Jack 121205 is online, so maybe he can get in the session. Yeah, everybody diving it in. Intermediate tires it is. And we'll see if they stay on the inters. I know it might be heavy rain. So we'll see if anyone elects to go to the... Oh no. Well, there goes Kyogre's race. F's in chat for Kyogre. He's going to be out of this one today. On the soft tire. And that's his AI as well, so he's going to be very low. Poor Kyogre. Don't know why the game's put him on softs, but the game does what the game wants to. So now Joe's going to be trying to hold on to 4th here in an effort to hope that Rundle makes a mistake, basically. Needs Rundle to make a mistake and lose the race win. Rundle's led every lap of this one. Did not get the pole. That boy Rickson, who is trying to fight back into the points. We'll see if he can do so. He's got a time penalty, but a couple people ahead of him do as well. Kyogre's back in, but the damage has already been done. His race is probably over. Ties looks pretty competitive on the back of CJ as well. This is a great 3-car battle here for 4th place. We'll see who comes out of all of this. It's a 34-second gap, by the way, from Riles to Surfy. So just shows you how incredible those top 2 have been today. Rundle especially. Ties runs it wide at the exit. And now CJ's looking for a move. Ties under brakes. Looked like he might have gotten into the back of CJ, but both of them keep it clean. CJ's looking for a way around. A little bit tentative on the power, using a bit of battery here as well. Trying to get as close as he can now down the back straight. No DRS enabled. Obviously, there's wet conditions, as you can see clearly. If you have eyes, that is, if you're watching. CJ under pressure a bit more from Ties than he is attacking Joe. Ties looked to the inside but couldn't get the move. And Ties contact with the outside wall there. Tried to get on the power a little bit too early, and it doesn't look like he's picked up wing damage. If he's got any damage, it's lime damage. So gotta be careful. The traction's so difficult to lay down in the wet conditions. It's already difficult to lay down around this racetrack, and as it is in the dry. So wet conditions makes it very difficult. Kyogre finally back into the pit lane, but his car is going to be a lap down. His teammate Ties another snap of oversteer on the exit, loses a lot of time to CJ. CJ now can put his sole focus on Joe ahead for 4th place, and Kyogre's left again, maybe out of frustration, or maybe couldn't take control of that race car. Either way, I don't believe he's going to be getting points. Contact between CJ and Joe now. CJ's down the inside under the bridge. So slippery here. And Communist is getting invited back to the party here. By the way, Surfy is rapidly closing in on Rundle, so keep an eye on that gap in the top left-hand corner as, a snap of oversteer again for Ties. Yeah, Surfy's closing in a lot. We'll see if he's able to get there. Here comes CJ again, side by side, using all the battery on the inside of Joe, and can't get there. Still sticking the nose in. Joe's giving them the room, but just can't get the power down as we have a yellow flag. That would be, I believe, Hissy making that mistake. And now here comes Ties down the inside of CJ. Here comes Communist as well. We're going to have a 4-car battle now for 4th place. Joe desperately trying to hang on and hope that Surfy can catch Rundle. That's it for the championship. If Rundle loses that 1st place and Joe holds on to 4th, which he has not done. Ties has gotten around him. Joe still fighting it back on the outside. Contact again, squeezing him into the wall. Don't think there's any damage, but some anger could be shown. Yeah, there is damage. Joe's got no right end plate on that thing. Ties has squeezed him into the wall. Will probably get investigated by the stewards after this one. And now Communist has also got by CJ Pants for 6th. It's all kicking off here in the end of this race. We've just got a couple more times around. Joe gotta be frustrated. Ties did not leave him the space on the outside there, and that wall popped out on him. Gonna invite Kyogre one more time. More contact. Joe's not leaving the space on the outside. Communist didn't have a nose in there far enough. Another spin out for Hissy, not enjoying these conditions. Kyogre's joined back. We'll see if he gets back into his race car. But again, it's just what could maybe have been. He was running around that 10th position. Rickson's currently 11th, 22 seconds back from Hissy. We'll see if he can snag a point in this one. And this is the big talking point, I think, right now. Besides Joe, he's got the little train behind him. Look how much Surfy has gained on Rundle. He's closed in 4 seconds in just 2 laps of intermediate conditions and running on these intermediate tires. He's got the pace advantage right now. It's one thing to catch him, it's another thing to pass. Plus, Surfy's got how many seconds of penalties on this thing? He's got 3 seconds. So he'll be able, if he can get by Rundle and get a 3-second gap, he can win this race and steal the win from Rundle. I'm going to quickly check what happens with the finishing results. So currently Ties is 4th. And if Ties finished 4th, Rundle needed 1st. So that's where it is right now. If Surfy catches Rundle and wins this race, Rundle does not win the championship. Pre-stewarding, that is. Ties could potentially get a penalty from that incident with Utah Elephant there. We caught it on stream as well if they need any evidence and anyone's looking to slap a penalty on there. Ties also has 9 seconds of penalties on his car added on to the race time. So we'll see if he can get that gap out. Joe does have the wing damage. He's still got the cars behind him, so he's holding them up. It's giving Ties that chance to gain that 9-second advantage that he would need. If Rundle finishes 2nd, all Ties needed is 8th place. So Rundle needs this race win if he wants to clinch the championship today. It's going to be very tight. Also quickly gonna check fastest lap point. Goes to Static, as that makes sense. Did a 3-stop before, so now it's a 4-stop on the inters. So Static is gonna take your fastest lap point. Neither Ties or Rundle or Joe take it. So Static's going to take the fastest lap. You can see pit stops today. Rundle, Surfy have made 2. Riles the 1 stop, along with Joe, both making up ground. Communist has left the session. I'll get him back in as fast as I can. He's running in a great position today, and that's going to be unfortunate. There he is. Try and get him back in. You can see the gaps to the leader. He's lapped 11 cars so far. Rixon back to the points, by the way. 4.9 is that gap. Can Surfy get there? Rain's got a lot heavier since it started. Don't think we're gonna need the wet tires, though. I don't think they'd be worth it to pit now, unless you're maybe Surfy does try it though, because he could get a free pit stop. He could try to pit for some wet tires if it's time. You can see how much he's sliding already on these inters. As Static's gone off into the wall. So Static off. Showing how tricky these conditions are. I don't think it's inters anymore. I believe we're in wet tire conditions. Static's dropped now to 9th, and it'll be 10th place if Rixon gets by him. Static lost, yeah, he's lost an end plate on that racing point. So he might pit here, and Rixon might get 2 points out of this one if he holds steady. He's actually gonna stay out, but Rixon should have a lot of advantage. Gonna try and invite Communist once again. Communist another invite. He's still 7th place. He's lost the position to CJ, unfortunately. Surfy's still 4 back from Rundle. Rundle, if Surfy, yeah, because Surfy can see Rundle now, that's going to fuel a fire as well. Surfy's decided staying out's the best strategy. He doesn't want to go onto the wet tires. I believe it is time for them, but I don't think it'd be beneficial to pit with just 3 to go onto the wet tires. So everyone's going to be sticking it out on the intermediate. Ty's has put out a 14-second gap now. He's going to try and get that as far up as possible. And Communist has joined back. He's still in 7th. He'll be able to take control of his car in a couple moments' time, hopefully. And yeah, it's going to come down to these final couple laps. Can Surfy catch Rundle? And he needs Rundle to get that penalty. We're going to check quickly. We're going to check your warnings, Rundle. He's got 2. Rundle's got 2 warnings. And Surfy's got a penalty and 2 warnings. So Surfy cannot afford another warning. Rundle cannot afford another warning. If Rundle gets a penalty, that opens up the race for Surfy that little bit more, because Surfy needs something to go his way. Ty's now on the back of Riles. Riles, though, no penalties. And Ty's has 9 seconds. You can see how much that car is squirming now with this conditions. Yellow flag, that's Hissy off again, not gone his way here in the wet conditions, and Ferrari's had a bit of a meh here today in Singapore, unfortunately for them. Goggy got the podium last time out, but it's not meant to be today. And they're running 12th and 13th. Kyogre 1 spot out of points, which would be an incredible comeback from his stance. As we go back to this battle, we got a Rapid Extreme, the lapped car, kind of getting in the way here. Make it difficult for Joe to see, kind of. As, oh, a big snap for CJ. You can just see how bad this condition has got now. It's so wet out on the racetrack. You can see it. You can see how heavy that rain's coming down. Hissy picks up a 3-second penalty. Now just 2 times to go, and there might be race done and dusted without a problem for Rundle. Surfy's picked up another penalty, and now Rundle's just got to cruise it home. He can let Surfy by if Surfy gets there. Surfy is closing in, but you can look, see how much he's wrestling this wheel, how early he's having to brake for a lot of these corners. 2.4 is the gap. Another yellow flag. That's CJ out of the Grand Prix. He's lost the car. It's getting very treacherous out here in Singapore. The rain has come down super hard. Communist will take over 6th place, and that means Kyogre has been promoted to the points as well. Rickson's left the session. Rickson's lagged out, I believe. See if he can get back in and quite quickly. Rickson's currently 93.5 seconds ahead of Static, but with how tricky these conditions are, it's going to be difficult for the AI to really cope, and actually his AI might pit him if he's not careful. MNK, Rickson's joined back. He's currently 7th place. MNK boxed for some interesting reason. It's going to be 2 laps to go for him. He's on to the wet tires. Hissy's left the session as well. Lost the car. He's out of this one as well. Surfy's on the back of Rundle. If only it weren't for the penalties, we could have had a last lap shootout here. But you never know. Rundle, if he picks up that penalty, Surfy gets some luck. Surfy on the overtake button. Not close enough to Rundle. Will have to make a move in an unconventional area. You can see how much late under the brakes he goes, but he's missed that apex. Static out of the race as well. Everyone losing it in these final couple laps. Static lost the car. Did he lose the car, or did he just quick retire for some reason? I don't know. Yeah, he's just quick retire. I don't know why he would have done that. He was in the points paying positions. And now we're just down to 12 runners left in this one. Kyogre picks up a point. Rapid just outside, as now we go back to the race lead. Surfy's got the penalties though. Rundle needs him. And Ty's also picked up 12 seconds penalties. I can't see the gaps. I can't tell how close. Okay, so Joe is 25 seconds back from Ty's. Ty's probably will get a penalty, but I don't believe it'll affect his finishing position. But all eyes on this man, Rundle. He's at an absolutely dominant tear in tier number 3. Had some challenge at the beginning, had a couple unfortunate race results, had some DNFs in there, but he's been absolutely incredible back a half of this season. Rundle now through to the final couple corners. Just got to keep on the racetrack. Make sure Surfy doesn't punt him and lose 6 seconds from that. And Rundle is gonna take home a race win and a championship win. Fireworks in the air. Rundle has won it. He's won the championship. Ties would need to pull 12 seconds plus probably whatever he'd get in stewarding to win. And I think Rundle's gonna have it sealed off. Surfy with a great drive back, challenged Rundle, put him on his heels, but unfortunately the penalties may have cost him that race today. Riles trying to hold on for 3rd on the racetrack. Ties all over the back of him. Ties had a lot of pace towards the second half of this Grand Prix, but I think it's just going to be a little too short for Ties. He's going to come home 4th today, and that means Rundle is going to be your champion. Joe's also going to come home 5th. Same scenario as Ties. He needed 3rd today. Ties picking up another penalty is an insult to injury, and it's a double podium for the Red Bull team, so a great result for them. Ties picking up 4th, and Joe trying to hold on Communist. Communist has the 3 second though, so Joe should be fine coming to these final couple corners. And he's going to hold on for a solid 5th place. But unfortunately, the championship hopes are over for him. He's picking up a great P6. And Rickson, how about him picking up 7th place after being dead last at the end of lap 1. Rapid Extreme left the session, and I think that's a timing glitch for Kyogre. So Kyogre should be able to get back into 10th after we look at that, and then just waiting on Rickson, and that is it for your race. And that is it for the Drivers' Championship. The Constructors will still be decided later, but that might be Rundle's last time racing with us here today in Tier 3. So we'll get Riles, Surfy, and Rundle into our party. Hopefully all three can come get an interview, and obviously I want to have an interview with Rundle. Try and invite everybody. Okay, your final results lapped everybody up to 8th place. Rickson apparently set your fastest lap on the inters. I believe that's probably going to be taken away because of lag. But these are your final results. Rundle 1st, Surfy 2nd, Riles 3rd, Ties 4th, Joe 5th, Communist 6th, Rickson 7th, MNK, Bulgogi, and for now, Rapid Extreme rounds out your top 10. Kyogre just outside with Black Draw, Static, CJ, Hissy, Chloe, Dylan Boy, and Beans all out of today's Grand Prix. A heavy hitter today. A lot of big names DNFing, and yeah, it was race of attrition almost. So I believe we have Surfy and Rundle. Gonna see if I can get Riles. Not too sure if he'll join.
Hi, how are you doing?
I mean, I'm pretty good. I think you're probably doing as well.
Yeah.
Alright, so Riles won't be able to come.
Just.
I'll start with you, Rundle. I think that's the championship done. I believe you've got it. Ties finished 4th today behind Riles. And I think, yeah, I think that's it. How do you feel? And it hasn't really kicked in for me yet. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, I'm sure I'll realise later. I think I'm just trying to get over the intensity of that last couple of laps. I mean, like the last 10 laps were just undrivable. Yeah, I lost a stupid amount of time to Surf. He pushed me all the way to the end. To be fair, it was only 3/10 after having a 12-second lead. So really good job from Surfy to close that much. Really good drive from him. And yeah, just a great feeling, to be honest.
Yeah, congratulations. And I'm not too sure, but I've heard rumors, also because my brother's the owner, I kind of hear everything. Might be your final time race with us in Tier 3.
I hope not,
So,
because we've still got a job to do with the constructors. So I
Good
hope
point.
that's not the case. But
we'll
yeah,
see.
we'll see.
Obviously, we've seen today that Surfy can fight you, and he did a great job today to close back that gap. Surfy, so close again, yet so far away from that race win. The 6 seconds of penalties, and the amazing drive in the intermediate conditions. What was going through your mind as you were closing that gap?
I mean, I didn't really notice for the first few laps, and then I realized, I was like 13 seconds back, it was down to like 9. So I just started pushing until the end, and yes, got 3:10. I was 3/10 behind him, Rundle at the end, but with my penalties it was 6 seconds.
Yeah, fortunately, again, you got there, but the penalties again, and then you just couldn't get around him in time. Needed probably another lap or two.
Yeah.
And maybe you could have had it. But constructors-wise, I know Rundle was saying they need to close off the job for McLaren. And for Red Bull in Tier 3, you guys are currently 4th place. You'll probably be close to Racing Point, as they did not have a great day today.
Yeah.
I don't know, do you have any expectations for the team in Red Bull for constructors for Tier 3? Like top 2, top 3?
We're always pushing for the combined constructors. I'm
Absolutely.
pretty sure we could be second from our result. I'm not sure. It depends how the other tiers do. But me and Riles did a good job today. He 2 and 3 for the team.
Yeah, again, combined constructors between my team Williams and then we've got you two, your two teams as well. It's getting very tight as we come down to the final couple weekends. I'm excited to see how it all shapes up. Hopefully nothing goes terribly wrong for
Yeah.
any of us and we can have a fair fight. That's going to be it, I believe, from Tier 3. We've got Tier 2 coming up in just under half an hour time. We had a long one today. The rain and then the lobby reset as well. So make sure to tune in Tier 2. And then we've got Tier 1 as well back at Singapore tomorrow. Don't believe any championships can be crowned just yet in those two tiers. But Rundle is your first out of all 4 tiers, so congratulations to him. He's already got a Twitter post up. So
Oh, brilliant. I've got a yellow name on the Discord as well, so everything's good in the world.
perfect. That's all you hope for.
Yeah.
So that is going to be it, and catch you guys next time. And